Greetings, everyone. Today we will continue our exploration of the profound teachings of Jesus. The gospel we will hear today invites us to reflect on the hypocrisy present in our lives. We'll examine teachings that encourage us to view certain aspects of our life from a fresh perspective. Are you ready? Welcome to my podcast, A Psychologist Looks at Scripture. I am Peter Doherty, a Catholic priest and a psychologist. Drawing from my background in psychology and scripture studies, I aim to provide unique insights into the Gospels and innovative pastoral teachings for Christians. The Gospels are a rich reservoir of knowledge about God and the development of our spirituality. There's always more to uncover. Each episode of my podcasts typically lasts between 7 to 10 minutes, during which I share reflections and insights that I hope will be beneficial to you. I welcome your questions and comments. Your feedback is invaluable. Today's podcast focuses on Luke chapter 6, verse 39 to 45, which will be read in churches on March the 2nd, 2025. The gospel reading continues from last week and presents a series of wise and common sense teachings about leading healthy lives and fostering spiritual growth. At first glance, these teachings may seem straightforward. The phrase common sense is the most uncommon sense, often attributed to the words of Charlie Munger, who highlights the notion that while common sense is typically assumed to be universally understood, it varies greatly among individuals and is less prevalent than one might expect. Thus, even if a message seems obvious, it is essential to delve further into the passage, as it often contains multiple layers of valuable insights. So in this reading, Jesus calls his followers to embody wisdom and provides tools for achieving this goal. We are called to be wise. Wisdom is related to intelligence, but it is not synonymous with it. You may know highly educated individuals who lack wisdom, repeating the same mistakes over and over. Conversely, there are those without extensive academic credentials who are nonetheless regarded as wise. Wisdom is frequently associated with those who are older. Individuals who have embraced life experiences often exhibit greater wisdom. However, people of any age who have faced crises, be they health-related, relational, or professional, may reflect wisdom beyond their years. So what constitutes wisdom? Wise individuals learn from their experiences and perceive life events differently. They trust themselves and feel little need to prove anything to anyone. They are often patient and do not rush to resolve issues. Jesus introduces his first wise teaching with the question, can a blind person guide a blind person? This metaphor illustrates the importance of seeking advice from informed individuals who can genuinely assist us. It's crucial to discern between sharing opinions or exploring options and receiving reliable guidance. This may serve as a subtle critique of the Pharisees, leaders who were blind to the needs of the people, yet unable to recognize Jesus as the Messiah. To identify spiritual blindness in others, Jesus uses the metaphor of fruit trees. In contemporary discussions across various fields, including psychology, theories are increasingly evaluated by their evidence-based outcomes. Many scientists seem to treat evidence-based research as something new, a new concept. However, it has been present in biblical teachings a long time before becoming mainstream. Jesus employs the metaphor of fruit trees, but applies it directly to humans. We are directed to evaluate the goodness of our relationships and our actions by evaluating the results. Actions that lead to success are good, while actions that lead to pain are not. It stands to reason that those who uplift us are likely good individuals with whom to associate. We should trust our feelings when we encounter people who leave us feeling diminished or disrespected. The next teaching emphasizes introspection before correcting others. Jesus talks about offering to remove a splinter in our brother's eye while there's a plank in our own. Jesus is calling us to be humble. By focusing on our own imperfections, we cultivate understanding towards others' flaws. This teaching encourages humility and recognition of our own need for healing, not as self-deprecation, but as a means of developing compassion for those less fortunate. Acknowledging our need for correction helps mitigate an attitude of entitlement and prevent us from talking or taking people or situations for granted. Neglecting God's gifts can hinder our spiritual growth. Jesus warns us about false prophets disguised as sheep. Much of our life operates on autopilot. We establish routines that require little thought, a state that can actually be beneficial, but problematic when change is necessary. This situation underscores the importance of taking time for reflection regarding our lives. Being reflective and using introspection can be useful strategy to recognize people who are not what they seem. Engaging with individuals who hold differing views or values can be enlightening. While I do not suggest adopting their perspectives, being aware of differences can strengthen your own beliefs or reveal weaknesses in your own understanding. We often gravitate towards those who share our views. However, embracing friendships with people from diverse backgrounds can foster growth through curiosity and understanding, without necessarily agreeing. Spirituality requires an attitude of openness. Jesus exemplified this by welcoming all individuals, regardless of their social status or cultural background. Thank you for listening. Join me next week as we delve into another passage from Luke, where Jesus contrasts the prayer of a Pharisee with that of a well-known sinner, a tax collector, revealing an unexpected lesson in spirituality. If this is the first time tuning in, I encourage you to explore previous episodes available on various podcast platforms and, of course, YouTube. New episodes are released every Sunday, focusing on the upcoming week's gospel. Your feedback is invaluable for enhancing this podcast. I'd also like to take the opportunity to express my gratitude for my team members, Heather Patel-Doherty and Richard Coulomb, whose contributions are essential in preparing this podcast. For any questions or concerns, please reach out via email at peter.doherty, DOHERTYOMI @gmail.com. God bless you all and have a blessed